to hate speech and white supremacist rhetoric. So I don't think we can overestimate the impact of the alt-right on our society socially, culturally, and politically.
So for a long time, we might have thought of this movement as a fringe
movement
that's somewhere way outside of everything. But now what they're saying is that we are the alternative right, and the right that we've been dealing with is not enough.
Exactly. Not only are we a fringe movement, we are becoming mainstream. Mainstream, and Lord help us if this movement it has already penetrated national politics with congressional leaders, Senate, House of Representatives. But Lord help us if this movement has a great impact on who we elect as president. And that's my greatest fear, is that we will elect a candidate that has really given a platform to the alt-right. And if we do that, then of course the future of race relations in this country is very much in question.
And the idea that that this organization advocates is something that I think, as you've indicated, will undercut and undermine almost any kind of diversified relationships that we could have in this country.
When you talk about racial diversity, and we're a very racially diverse country with African Americans, whites, and Latino Americans, Asian Americans, the alt-right movement sees that as a problem. And many of them, as I said earlier, are talking in terms of a white homeland. So we have to be careful with the attack on racial and ethnic diversity. The attack on political diversity are very much, people on the alt-right are very much suspicious of mainstream politics. They're also very much suspicious of a society that is diverse in terms of religious orientation. And we are a society that, you know, we have Christians, we have Muslims, we have Hindus.
We have a constitution that allows us to have that. And so anybody who would go against that is basically against the United States Constitution. When you don't stand for religious liberty, then you're against the Constitution.
Yeah, religious liberty, ecclesiastical independence. We are a nation that supports those kinds of principles on the basis of our Constitution. So the alt-right opposes that kind of diversity. And that's what we have to be very careful about. We have to understand that perhaps these elements have already penetrated law enforcement, have already penetrated the criminal justice system. We want to be careful that they don't penetrate the whole of national politics. Because if they do, with their anti-black, anti-Jewish, anti-Muslim, anti-feminist, anti-political correctness rhetoric, if they achieve prominence on the national political level, then we are in trouble.
And you think that Mr. Trump is in a position to create that kind of trouble for all of us with their support? Is that what we're saying?
Interestingly enough, the alt-right has embraced him, and they view him as a model for what they are about. David Duke of the Ku Klux Klan, neo-Nazi elements view Donald Trump as their man. And so we have to take that seriously and try to understand that we are possibly going back. We're turning back the clock. We are a nation, we are in 2016. We want to move forward. We want to, you know, establish the principle of progress and some advancement in terms of race relations, in terms of our social, cultural, and political maturity, but we will never do it if we succumb to what the alt-right is all about.
And they're trying to really increase their influence almost in every aspect of American society.
Yes, every aspect of American society. And if they accomplish that at the political level, particularly at the executive branch of the federal government, then I would say that we have a great cause to be concerned.
Yes, and it will be a situation that we've not